This trip away we're getting 4 wheels on the road and the gang is headed up to Harry's Hut. Harry's Hut is located about 2.5 hours north of Brisbane and about an hour from Pomona. The last 20 odd kilometres of the road into Harry's Hut is gravel and quite rutted out, so a 4-wheel drive is generally recommended. And this trip away our main focus is to check out the kayaking here at Harry's Hut, and we're also going to take a quick look at the kayak only campsites that are further up the Noosa River. Alright, well, let's get on the road and check it out. Any traffic up ahead? Roger that. So this is the top camping area up here. I mean, even now when it's school holidays, this area still has only one tent in it. There's about 5 different camping areas around this here, so there's always plenty of space up here, which is always a good thing. It's a lovely area, and if you haven't been here before, I definitely recommend it. I have, as I mentioned before, done a video on this particular neck of the woods previously, but I just wanted to do a focus this time around just specifically on the kayaking up here. So that's what we're having a look at this weekend as well. As you can see here, there's plenty of information available on site with regards to the various trails and campsites that are set up at Harry's Hut. First area we're looking at here is the main launch area. You've got a really big car park and it's really well set up and quite easy to get into the water here. The main kayak launch point is at the beginning of the site itself, and there are further points that are available, as you would have seen in the map, further up towards the campsites. Each of the campsites has basically got its own shared access to the water, and as you can see here, the access down to the water is really great. Each of the jetties that are here have actually got their own tie-off points, and they're multi-level, so they are high enough for boats as well as for kayaks, which is great. So they've really taken into account that both boats and kayaks use the area here. Alright, well I think it's time we get on the water and go for a paddle now. Let's get into it. What we're going to be doing now is heading upstream. First place we're going to take a look at is just across the river, where you actually have access to the walking tracks that go northward. As you'll see in the maps here again, you can walk towards camping access and campsites that are available all the way up to Rainbow Beach, or you can walk to the walk-in or kayak-in only sites, which is campsite 1 through 5, but those are quite a way up the river. Okay, so what we're going to do now is get back on the water and start the long journey up to campsite number 1, but it's a fair journey up there on the water. The great thing about all of these campsites along the way here is they've got really great access to the water, and they're really well suited to people who kayaks. So we've just pulled in now to campsite number 1. There's toilets here on site, which is good. And the best thing about this particular site is that it's super isolated. So if you're looking for a nice quiet couple of days away with the kayak, and if you wanted to camp, campsite number 1 through to 5 would be some great option for you. I assume from this site number 1 here that the other sites up through to number 5 also have facilities in toilets available. As we're only in the kayak today and we don't have a lot of time to go do the full perhaps 20 or 30k to check out the further sites all the way up to about number 5, we're only just checking out one of the sites just to give you a bit of an idea of what it looks like. You can see here it's set amongst some beautiful bushland. This is the first time I've been up here, so it's a new experience for me, but it's a really nice little area. You won't be stuck for something to do at all if you're coming just for a kayaking trip. You've got plenty of walking tracks around, and you can go over to Tiwa or even down to Lake Atharaba if you're looking for something like that to do. There's plenty to do around the place. If you are really looking for some privacy and some peace and quiet, you can head off up the Noosa River just after campsite number 5. There's a certain point where electric motors only and kayaks are allowed up the rest of the river. So if you're looking for a nice quiet place to camp with your kayak, campsites number 1 through 5 are a great option for you. And if you've got a little bit more time and are looking for a really long paddle, the campsites right up the top of the map from 8 through to 15 might be a really great option for you as well. But as they're a fair way up, it might be a couple of days getting up there, but it'd be a really wonderful journey. Alright, well that's it for us up here at Harry's Hut, taking a look at the kayaking and camping facilities. We're going to head back to camp now. Don't forget, if you're getting some value from this video and my channel, to drop a like with the button below, leave a comment, subscribe, and also share the channel as well. We'll see you next time we get 4 wheels on the road.